So my last commentary video was on some scammy supernatural apps for the paranormal lovers out there, and then all the paranormal lovers got quite offended, and now weekly I am getting hate comments on those two videos. Um, so I figured I might as well shit on some more people with another commentary video, and this time I'm going to be reviewing a copy of Take a Break. So if you're a paranormal lover out there who reads this, um, probably just click off the video now, because you're not gonna like it. You're not gonna like it, fella. You're gonna hate me, and that's fine. But you could be doing better things with your time. Is all I'm saying. I wanted to review one of those classic tabloid magazines, and this one really stood out to me because it had the best headlines at the front. You've got "Branded a pervert. Best friend caught me bedding her teenage son. Then I fell pregnant. Uh-oh." And if I see that, I'm gonna buy it. You best believe I'm gonna buy that above all the newspapers that are talking about Liz Truss and all that shit. Fuck that. She got a best friend's son pregnant. How's she gonna deal with that? We're gonna find out. We're gonna find out together. This magazine was £1.15, and it is the 43rd issue of the magazine. I thought they would have been running for a lot longer, because I seem to remember Take a Break from when I was a kid. So maybe they only release it yearly, and they really compile all of the best stuff, you best believe. Straight away, very first page, you've got this ad. Are you tired? Are your bloody heavy legs getting weighing you down? Are you getting those puffy puff ankles? Get this weird what are those Hoover things called? Get you a Roomba. Roomba. Get you a Roomba for your feet. What does it even do? Actively increase circulation to reduce these symptoms with the revivative circulation booster. R. It's got that little circle R. So you know it's official. More than 3 million people are now dedicated to the RCB, which is high tech yet needs no specialist operation. So you're not going to need to go to the hospital for this one. You're not going to need someone with a degree figuring it out for you. You could do it at home. You can. Oh, okay. The circular footrest is a dynamic hub for electrical muscle stimulation. It electrocutes you. It's one of those thingies. It's one of those electric pulse things. And is that it? That is it. Use it for 30 minutes a day, and no more tiredness. No more insomnia for me, because I'm electrocuting my feet every day. If you could guess how much this footrest that electrocutes you costs, how much would you say? Because I would say $149.99, and that's without delivery. That's worth the price, for sure. It even helps. It's drug free. It's drug free, guys. Don't worry about any heroin or cocaine getting into this footrest. I'm probably gonna put a bookmark there and go back to that later. The second page is just explaining what is in the magazine, but I'm about to read it, so I feel like it's kind of a pointless page. Waste of paper, really, this page. Because I'm already about to read the mag. I'm going to find out anyway. Why bother telling me where everything is? Just put in a contents list or something. I don't care. It's a magazine. It's like 20 pages long. It's not a book. Take a Break World, where everyone loves life. This is pretty wholesome. A lot more wholesome than I would have figured a magazine like this would be. It's just showing pictures of cats, pictures of babbies, pictures of doggies, This dog's fallen asleep. That dog's asleep. So I don't have any complaints about this page. Good use of page from me out of 10 pages. That's a great one. No stupid stories, just wholesome content, and I'm all for that in a world that is dark and depressing and sad most of the time. We need a magazine that just has pictures of little babbies and kittens on it, and that's fine. Next page, you're a paedophile, Michelle. So let's read this, 2 pages of this shit. I'll try and sum it up for you. Give me a sec. I'm a slow reader. I mean, straight away, I don't want to cast any criticisms on these people, because they're real people. You know, I mean, they have given their permission to be in a public tabloid. But, you know, I feel like you need to be a bit fair. But whoever wrote this article is really... It feels like they're aiming for something, because the very first paragraph makes this woman sound like a nonce, frankly. As I pulled up outside a restaurant, a young man walked out wearing baggy jeans and a t-shirt and carrying a rucksack. That's him, I thought. It's like some 50 Shades shit. That's how 50 Shades of Grey started. You can't be... That's just weird. It's giving me creeps. It's giving me goosebumps already. I don't like this woman. I don't know what she's doing here. Yeah, this is continuing with the 50 Shades of Grey. And one day she made a suggestion, the mother of this boy. Justin can help you with the garden if you like, she said. I was a single mum to 3 boys, and with my nursing job on top, life was full on, so I replied, that would be great. Justin started mowing the grass and helping me around the house. In return, I paid him and sucked him off. He did it shirtless. His sweaty abs, those young boy abs, those little baby boy abs, rippling in the breeze as he mowed my lawn. I'm getting hot, actually. I'm actually getting pretty hot. Then he starts babysitting for her. That's just another step on the porn ladder. It's getting creepier and creepier. I'm only on the second section. After that, we became great friends, and I looked forward to him coming round. We enjoyed bantering, and he'd give me the odd tickle or a flick on the nose for fun. But it was nothing more than friendship. If it was nothing more than friendship, I don't think I'd be reading it right now. So I'm assuming that changes. A few months later, Justin asked me to see a film with him. I agreed, thinking it was just a friendly outing. But the film was very intense and had a lot of sex scenes. And afterwards, I knew something had changed between us. Because I'd given him a handy in the cinema while we were watching it. I wasn't wrong, because later that night, Justin leant in and kissed me. My body tingled with excitement. I really like you, Justin said, and I realised I felt the same way. So he's 18, she's 28. There's nothing theoretically wrong about that. I think the worst part is that it is her best friend's son, which is the creepy part. The age gap's pretty big, but, you know, it's not illegal, which I guess is why I'm reading it in here and not a true crime magazine. It's close, though. It's very close to being illegal. A few years younger and it would be illegal. And the internet doesn't take too kindly to this sort of shit I've heard about. I've not partaken in. I've heard about. I am not a paedophile. Okay. I'm not. We headed back to my place, which was empty as the kids were at their dad's. There was one thing there, one thing led to another, and Justin and I ended up in bed together. After one cinema date, mate, I have to go through so much shit to get to get laid. You gotta you gotta wait till the third or fourth day at least. You gotta take him to a restaurant. You gotta do all she had to do was all he had to do for her was take her to the cinema, take her to 50 Shades. It sounded like, and then bam, he's in her 50 Shades of Grey. I'm kidding. She's 28, so she probably doesn't have any grey hair, but she is older. So I feel like that joke. Keep that joke in. It works. So they decide to date. She keeps it a secret from her best friend, but she gets caught out when he sends her a Snapchat with heart emojis on it. Uh-oh. Modern technology ruining it for everyone. We're together, I said. You paedophile, she screamed. You've taken advantage of a young boy. He's my son. I was horrified. I mean, you should have been horrified months ago when he first kissed you, but, you know, delayed reaction. I'm sorry for lying to you, I said, but I'm not a paedophile. Justin's 18. He's an adult. I love how she's, like, clarifying. Hold on there. Hold on. Technically not a paedophile. I did fuck your son, but not a nonce. You need to end it, she said. I never want to speak to you again. I dropped her off as soon as I could. I felt stunned. And then I went to fuck Justin. I picked him up from school. So they break up for a while. 2 years go by, and then they start texting again. And within a month, they've moved in together. Marie went ballistic again. She wrote, you stole my son. I'll never forgive you. Even though she just said that 2 years ago. She said, I'll never forgive you. I'll never speak to you again. And then she did. She was the one who set them back up together. She said, Justin can babysit your kids. You already know how that went. You've experienced how that went before, you know. Don't trust her. She's gonna fuck your son. She's gonna fuck him. She even called me a paedophile again. It was awful. I mean, yeah, obviously. I don't think things are not gonna change, you know. That's the definition of insanity from Far Cry. Thankfully, my family were supportive. Or brilliant. At least they're supportive. Your mum's a cougar, his friends laughed whenever they came round. It upset him at times, but I tell him to ignore them. I was, after all, a cougar. One even said to me, maybe I can have a go too. I was furious. If you were 18 or 80, I still wouldn't go near you, I replied. So she's literally arguing with kids at this point. You know, 20-year-olds, but still, basically, to her, kids. The following year, I fell pregnant and gave birth to a beautiful baby girl. Justin and I were overjoyed. She's now 5 months old, and Justin's an amazing dad. Marie and I speak sometimes, but things still aren't the same. I hope one day it will go back to how it was, because we were such good friends, but I have no regrets. If I could go back in time, I would still fuck her son. I'd fuck him all over. And that is the end of that beautiful story. I think Charles Dickens inspired that, possibly. Got a shitty ad for some Halloween prize pot if you're dumb enough to enter those sorts of things. Your brainwaves, tips and tricks and bright ideas and all positivity. You got some bits on how to stop your dog from biting, and the advice there is just buy a pot and let the dog eat that instead. But having owned a dog, I know that it's going to get bored of the pot within 5 minutes and go back to chewing on your tables. Roll with it. Take up knitting, crocheting. Why don't you? That's that. Would you believe it? Get some planks of wood and make a box. Make a box out of wood. Can you? Can you please? Twig or treat. Make one of those wreath things with a glue gun and twigs you find in the garden. Steam work. We're all about that steam. It saves gas, so why don't you boil some shit? And platter from the heart. If you've got fussy eating kids, make them a platter of food. That's that page. Nothing too exciting there. I'm going to skip over this one because this is a story about a violent crime, and I am not intelligent enough to add meaningful commentary to it. And I don't want to make fun of people like that. Okay, we're only making fun of stupid people today. I'm not going to make fun of someone who's going through rough shit. Okay, I'm only going to make fun of potential nonces. Starstruck. Have you taken a picture with a celeb? Do I know any of these celebrities? Oh, you got Catherine Tate. Am I bothered? Oh. I don't know any of the others. They all look like footballers, dancers. Who cares? You've taken a picture with a celebrity and now it's in a magazine. Got some puzzles there if you want. If you want to do a bit of Sudoku. Got some little coats for you. If you don't have access to the internet, this is a great way to buy clothes. Better than Amazon, really. This is just Amazon, but in a magazine. You know, who needs the internet? Who needs a phone when you've got Take a Break? Oh, we've got a big article on as the cost of living bites. Take a Break reports on how an increasing number of people are saving cash by making do and mending. Do the shift to thrift. Brilliant. So the government aren't going to figure out how to stop energy and gas prices and everything else increasing. So instead, sew up your clothes. Sew those holes. Because the government ain't gonna. Can't afford to buy a new t-shirt? Sew your old one together. Okay, so this whole thing seems to be basically a festival for hipsters. This increased to 95% among Generation Z shoppers who are repairing their clothes to save money. Basically seems to be an article promoting a festival of thrift with a fix-it cafe where you can learn to fix shit. If that's your thing, then go to that, I guess. I'm just gonna chuck my shit away and live off the last 2 pairs of clothes I have. Because that's my thing. I swapped him for the gym. You can see there's a picture of her where she's a little chubby, and a picture of her where she's not so chubby. Let's find out what her partner did to get her to go to the gym. Okay, so this is another pretty good article. Just an article on how a girl goes through a breakup and she decides she's going to lose a bunch of weight, and she does. Well done her. Good article. Another 2 pages out of 10 for me, which is the most you can get, because I don't think any article runs for more than 2 pages. Got a word search here. Got a crossword. How many puzzles are in this magazine? This might as well just be a puzzle magazine. There's a lot of activity sections. You got a bunch of makeup and beauty products. I'll look at that later. Another freaking crossword. That's like 5 now. I don't need this many. I'm reading this for the articles, like Playboy. Is lack of sleep killing you? 100% it is for me. So let's find out what I can do to fix it. I am an insomniac, so this is the article for me. Let's find out how I can help. How Take a Break can help me. Routinely getting less than 6 or 7 hours sleep a night can have deadly consequences. Worse memory, weight gain, low sex drive, more pain, heart disease, diabetes, weakened immunity. That all sounds terrible. So where's the answer? Who knew? Want to live longer, double the amount of exercise you do to 5 hours of moderate activity a week. 5 hours? I ain't got 5 hours to kill. It's ridiculous. Asked Dr. Helen, why do I wake to pee at night? I barely go in the day and then I get up 5 or 6 times a night. I'm exhausted. If you have swollen ankles in the day, when you're in bed, the fluid is reabsorbed and you need to pee it out. Another possible cause is lack of a hormone called ADH, which is usually produced at night and reduces the amount of urine you make. Talk to your GP as there are treatments available. 100% talk to your GP. Why did you think you're pissing 5 or 6 times a night? That's basically like every hour. You're barely getting any long-term sleep. Why would you think, oh, I should just email take a break? Go to your GP. Get some sleep meds or something. Jesus Christ. And try peeing a bit during the day. That might help. Pretty much all of these answers from Dr. Helen just say go to your GP. Yeah. To get this treatment on the NHS, he should get checked out by his GP. Do go and see a doctor soon. What is the point of talking to you? You're a doctor. You're useless. You're just telling everyone to go see a doctor. All of this could just be cut out and just say, if you have problems with anything, see a doctor. You dipshit. Also, the insomnia thing, didn't get any answers. There are no answers for insomnia, apparently. It's just telling me to sleep more, or I'm gonna die. So, cheers for that. Oh boy, I've still got so many pages to go through. Okay. Health. It's not you, it's your hormones. Okay, so this article is basically talking about hormone replacement therapy for women over 40. If you're feeling unstable in any way and you don't have mental illnesses like me, it could be your hormones. So, go see a doctor. Don't talk about it in a magazine. Another sad story. I'm not against the sad stories, I just don't want to make fun of them. So, we're going to skip over that because it's sad. And I want this to be a fun video, a goofy goof boy video. Another sad video. Another sad story on this page, but don't worry, there's a code breaker puzzle if you want to get away from the depressing reality of people being horrible to each other. Ooh, some recipes. Can't wait to cook all the frozen food I have in my fridge, and none of this because I don't own 2 sprigs of parsley. Onions, I don't have those. I don't have celery sticks. I don't have time. And I don't have time to be doing all this shit. Cooking all these meals for one. It's another wholesome article. See, I'm all about these ones. This is just people want to talk about their best friends, and that's it. It's just 2 pages of people talking about how great their friendship is with each other. What a nice idea. Take a break. Put more of this shit in there, you know? Half of them should be depressing, half of them should be all this wholesome stuff. I like this. This is good. I'm not going to make fun of it. I'm not. You thought I was going to make fun of it, but I wasn't. I'm not going to. I only wish I had a best friend to put in there as well. But I am so alone. Oh, bless. Another sad article. I'm getting bummed out, guys. These articles get pretty heavy. But don't worry, if you want to buy a couch, buy a fucking couch and buy some blue shit to go along with it. It's cool. Again, if you haven't got an IKEA near you, take a break and get all your furniture from a page in a magazine. Who is this aimed for? My grandparents, I guess, is who it's aimed for. More puzzles. Oh, this is a nice one. Another wholesome one. A pawsome date, and then it's just talking about this woman's date with a dog. Look how cute. That's nice. That's a nice article. I like that. Go on a date with your dog. Why don't you? He'll always be there for you. A bunch of adverts for holiday shit that I can't afford, so that one's out. More puzzles and promotions for stuff you can buy online, more puzzles. But I don't want babies. Oh, this was on the front cover. This was, what the heck happened? I didn't want kids, but now I've got 10. How the fuck did that happen? Let's find out. I can assume how it happened. The usual way that you have kids. You forget to put the condom on. So this woman grew up with 16 brothers and sisters, which is ridiculous. She decides she never wants to have kids, but then as soon as she turns 18, she gets pregnant. But at 18, I got a shock. After a brief encounter, I fell pregnant. I've always thought, is it shocking? Is it? I mean, you had sex with someone, they presumably didn't wear a condom, you presumably weren't on contraception. Is it shocking? That's sort of scientifically the way that it happens, really. Right? I mean, he didn't like come in your mouth and then by some miracle stance a drip down to your vagina and inserted itself in. That would be shocking if you blew someone and got pregnant. But I assume you had regular sex and it was just a consequence of that. I mean, she really doesn't waste any time at all. The first guy, it was a brief encounter she got pregnant with. Second guy, it was a couple of months. I mean, she is just banging these kids out. So she has 2 kids, then she has twins. I was assuming she would have all 10 at once, but apparently not. So now she's up to 4 or 5. Who would have thought I'd have 5 kids? I often said to my brothers and sisters. It really was a miracle. I reckon that was my limit. So I was surprised when I fell pregnant again! With another pair of twins. Why is she so surprised? Did no one explain how sex works to her? She just keeps having sex and then she's like, what the fuck? What the fuck is happening to me? I'm pregnant again? How did that happen? How did that happen? Stop having sex! Put a condom on! At the very least! Jeez! Now she's up to 7! She's had 2 sets of twins! Stop! Please! Stop! Overpopulation. And this is the reason, guys. People like this, they're killing the world with 16 kids. Fuck me. Now they're adopting as well. I mean, okay. Well, good luck to them. They're all smiling in the photo. They look very happy. But yeah, guys, overpopulation is a thing. You got to think about the world. We need to start having limits to things. You can't just own all the children. That's not how it works. But don't worry. Got zodiac signs to cheer us up. I'm a Leo. Hee hee hee. Let's find out what my Leo sign says. All roads lead to that home makeover you've been promising yourself, Leo. Obstacles should be removed and previous schemes improved upon, as the stars help you create a palace fit for a queen, aka yours truly. Holding the reins should be easier too, as your air of authority is hard to ignore. A room with a view is also waiting for you. I'm questioning how badly I want to rip into this. I think I'm going to avoid it. Who saw that coming? I'm going to avoid it because I'm already ripping in to take a break, and judging from the backlash I got from all the spiritualists on the Ghost app, I feel like if I tore apart zodiac signs as well, I'd start getting death threats. So I'm just going to leave that vague, scammy thing there. Someone probably got paid 2 pence a word to write that. Anyway, another puzzle for all my puzzle enthusiasts. And you could also win £400 if you're a fuckhead. Jesus, this is another depressing article about a doctor who carries out unnecessary operations. Gonna leave that one alone. Poor woman. Jesus. Another puzzle! I love how they put the puzzles in between the depressing articles, so I don't have to think about the depressing stuff for too long. I can go depressing, reality, puzzle! Yummy, 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 yummy puzzle for me. Do I want to win some money with another puzzle? Puzzle, 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 puzzles. Oh shit, they still do this stuff. They still do TV guides where they tell you what's on TV. I mean, people do not have the internet still, I guess. People still rely on magazines to tell them what's on telly. You can just go and turn on your telly now, and it'll tell you what's playing in the future, right? Like, why do you need this? Anyway, this article is about a house that burns down. Pretty self-explanatory. The house indeed does burn down. That's very sad. Another sad article about children with disabilities. So I'm going to skip over that. I don't like her fiance. Let's read this one. My friend recently got engaged, but she could do so much better than her fiance. He's a fucking dork who's boring and tight-fisted. I want to speak to her frankly about him, but I'm worried it'll ruin our relationship. My friend was seeing a man who I'd heard was a serial cheat. I decided to tell her, even if it was just hearsay. At first she was angry, but then she too spotted warning signs. Only speak your mind if it's in the best interests of your friend. If you're worried for a friend, say something, but be clever about how you do it. Tell her he's got a tiny peen. I have a circle of friends who I see regularly. One is married to a man who is clingy and a bit creepy and a fucking dork. He wears giant glasses and he has gelled hair to the side. He looks like a fucking dork ass. I told her what I thought of him. Big mistake. She blocked me from social media and ghosted me. Well, you know, maybe she likes dorks. More competitions, more puzzles. We've got random articles here. Who's your favourite character on Gogglebox? I mean, I'm ready to move on. Oh, it's about diagnosis. That's sad. A love for the ages. Flicking through the family photo album, my eyes filled with tears. Oh, it's about losing your parents. Another sad one. My break is turning into a depressive episode at this point. At this point, take a break. I need to take a break for my break because I'm getting seriously fucking bummed out by this magazine. Never be without subscribe to this magazine, and that's the entire article, the entire magazine, I should say. Here's another couch that you can buy on HSL. So that's take a break. I feel like I wasn't too harsh. I feel like 50% of the magazine is good and 50% is tabloid stuff. I could have gotten worse, and I will try to find worse in the future. Love you all. Thanks for watching the video. Ghosts still aren't real.